The assist goes to Dan Flickinger for getting that headset on you nicely, Doug.
One more, Dan. One more. Make one more.
Doug Kelly here, head coach of Penn-Trafford. I would imagine this is a pretty nice way to start your season. You jumped off to a 10-0 lead. That's got to be ideal for any coach at any point, but in particular, game one, to see your team come out of the gate like that. What did you like most about the start tonight?
I don't know. Lots of stuff. Winning's hard, and we talk to our guys about that all the time. But I love energy and pace of the game. It helps when you're making shots, but our first play of the game is what we talked about. Everybody eats. If we can get post presence and we get guys that can score inside. In our first play of the game, we go right inside. That's the way we got to play. When we've been at our best the last 4 or 5 years, it's when we had a post presence, we can play inside out. And with the shooters we have this year, everybody eats.
In the first quarter, 4 of your 5 starters knocked down threes. Is that something you think will be a strength all season long, the ability to knock it down from distance?
Yeah, it's one of those things as a coach. You love it when you have some shooters, right? But when it's not going down, we always talk about, are you doing the other 90%? What else are you doing to try to help this team win? And that's what we're about. We're not hanging any banners or anything ever unless we get guys that are committed to the defensive end and doing all the extra stuff. Shooting comes and goes. Not a lot of pure shooters in the WPIAL. Guys that can shoot pretty well, there's some. But with us, we don't have a lot of pure shooters, but we have some streaky guys. So we got to do everything else. And so, again, that's who we need to be. And tonight is a good start.
Well, the only guy in your starting lineup who didn't knock down a three early, or really the entire night, was Zach Feldman. That said, I thought he was maybe your most impressive player.
He likes to shoot the three. I had a bet on the bench how long into the game before Zach would shoot a three. And so when he shot his first one with 4:05 left, I said, who won? I guess nobody put their money out there. So, because he has confidence, and you don't want to take that away from him. If we can get him scoring inside like we need him to, if he's open, we'd get him the green light. Let it go.
He's a terrific passer out of the post.
Yeah.
It seemed like every single time he either was getting one-on-one and trying to score, or he was finding the guy who was open. How much easier does that make it for every other player out there?
Yeah, being able to enter the ball to Zach, hit the high post, and have a guy that can see the things that he sees, that's key to us offensively when we have to execute. Because we get cutters then, we get threes, we cut hard, and then we get a guy raising up from the corner. And then the next step for Zach is being able to finish from that elbow, attack from that spot. That's one thing he hasn't done a lot of in his career, but we're going to need him to do that at times.
I know you said that you wanted to get Braden Stone a little bit off of the basketball at times. He had been your point guard the last 2 years. You said you wanted to see him more off-ball shooting guard, stuff like that. Now, the fact that Tyler Boss wasn't available tonight maybe changes that slightly, but ideally, where do you want to see him thrive, and what did you see from him tonight that you liked?
Yeah, right now with Tyler being injured, puts us in a spot. Nick Ponko got some minutes tonight. We want Nick to continue to build. Our hope is that Ty Boss and Nick are our point guards. Obviously Stone has been a 2 years point guard for us, so we know he can handle the ball, but that just gives us an opportunity to have multiple guys that are ball handlers that we trust with the ball, and that's what we're after. And Ty Boss, when he comes back, gets his legs under him, gets his basketball swag going, that'll allow Stone to be off the ball a little bit. And again, we get him, we get Ty Anthony, we got Evan Gross, those three guys, Wade Peyton Mastro. Peyton worked as hard as anybody in the offseason. Couldn't be prouder of a kid who's just earned it. When I talked to him at the end of the year, guys, I said, hey, you might have to play some JV next year as a junior. We'll just see what happens. I told him here, the heck with JV. He's doing a lot of things to help our team. You saw him on the glass out there, extras, just really an energy kind of guy too. Nice to see him knock down a couple shots too.
Okay, so I'm not going to put you in a tough spot where you're criticizing officials. I'm not going to ask you that, but can you explain how a team can make a layup with only 0.3 of a second left? Because I thought physically that's actually impossible to do anything but a tip play.
I asked Mike. Mike said, actually, no, 0.3 as long as it's just a tip. But that didn't look like a tip. But that's all right. You know what I mean? Like,
well, in that scenario, how do you kind of train your defense to defend something like that?
Yeah, so we talk all the time about get low and get underneath on switches, any kind of high to low kind of stuff. So we always receive guys. We work on it because taking a little pride in not giving up layups or open shots on out-of-bounds plays. And I actually subbed Zach in because he's really smart. He talks. So I thought he would be a better guy there. He knows. He said, my fault. It's a breakdown. And so we're not pointing and talking and just assuming things. Guys get layups.
Lastly, 1-0 is going to feel good against whoever, but the fact that it's against Norwin, does that mean a little bit more for your team?
Yeah, I mean, Norwin's always been a rival here since I moved into this area. when they were in the same section and everything. So absolutely happy for Cam and his staff to get that job. Nice having some alumni back on the bench there, so I'm happy for him. But yeah, did you see the crowd? I mean, there's always an extra little vibe going on with our guys and with our fans when we're playing Norwin.
Well, Doug, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you,
Congrats
guys.
on the victory.
All right, thank you.